Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me here. Well, I'm sure all of us know what this is, McDonald's, one of the fast food chain that you can find everywhere in the world. Well, this is not 100% accurate. In 2014, the first McDonald's opened in Vietnam with the ambition of dominating the fast food market. They aimed to open 10 stores within 10 years. However, in 2018, CNBC reported that the burger chain has failed to achieve the goal as only 18 outlets had opened at the time. I've also checked yesterday and the number has just reached 22. Why did the giant struggle in Vietnam? Well, this is not a surprise for me. It does not make sense that you would go to McDonald's if you can find phở, bánh mì, rice paper rolls, and so much more on every block of the streets in Vietnam. Well, of course, this talk is not about food, but hopefully the example gives us an idea of how our social and cultural environment affect the people's perceptions, choices, and behaviors. And this is not an exception when it comes to the way we perceive and rate our social and affective features. So, and the feature of interest in this study that I would like to focus are apathy and depression, especially apathy. So apathy is the reductions in motivation and goal-directed behavior manifesting in 3 dimensions, including executive apathy, the reduction of organization and planning, emotional apathy, which is the impairment in emotion expression and engagement in social events, and initiation apathy, which is the deficit in implementation of thoughts and behavior. And apathy are often observed in a wide range of neurological conditions and can also be seen in healthy individuals. However, how people in different cultures, such as Vietnamese and Australians, rate and perceive this problem is still unclear. In one of our previous studies, when we validated the apathy scales in Vietnamese, we found higher cut-off scores compared to the original English scales. However, it was not a cross-cultural study, meaning that we weren't able to directly compare apathy level of the Vietnamese and the Australians. Therefore, the aim of this study is to make a step further from our previous work to explore apathy and its association with depression between Australians and Vietnamese. In this study, we included data of people who live in Vietnam and demographically matched people who lived in Australia. All completed the dimensional apathy scales, which assesses their own apathy symptoms in executive, emotional, and initiation dimensions, and the depression, anxiety, stress scales, which assesses their depression symptoms. Here's what we found. So we have these bars representing ratings of the Vietnamese and the blue-purple bars representing ratings of the Australians. For the severity of apathy, while there seem to be no differences between groups in executive apathy, there were differences in emotional and initiation apathy, meaning that the Vietnamese rated their apathy higher than the Australians in emotional and initiation dimensions. And when looking at apathy dimensions within groups, emotional apathy was lower than initiation apathy in both Vietnamese and Australians. However, the Australians also further rated their emotional apathy lower than executive apathy. So for the association between apathy and depression, the Vietnamese group had greater depression correlated with greater total scores of apathy, while such the association was not present in the Australian group. So to conclude, the findings show that Vietnamese seem to report greater apathy symptoms compared to the Australians, and also perceive apathy quite similarly to depression. Such differences in ratings between the two groups highlight the need for considering cultural characteristics when assessing apathy and depression. Hopefully, by doing so, we could enhance the accuracy and effectiveness of diagnosis and treatment of these symptoms in both research and clinical practice. I would like to express my acknowledgement to the participants, my supervisor, and other people who support my research. Thank you so much for your listening.